So my name is Fernanda. I'm from Brazil, and for college I went to Pontifícia Universidade Católica in Rio de Janeiro, and my master's was in media and my focus on journalism. And now I am here in New York at NYU pursuing my master's degree at Tisch, more specifically at ITP, Interactive Telecommunication Program at Tisch, the School of Arts at NYU. Okay, so my major was in media and I focused on journalism, but really you could choose a lot of things in this curriculum. You could choose marketing, for instance. And at the beginning, I had a lot of classes of theory, philosophy and sociology to understand the world, right? And then, like, after 2 years, you decide if you want to be a journalist or if you want to work in marketing. After these 2 years, I was pretty sure I wanted to be a journalist. So I chose the journalist career. There 2 more years. So then I learned how to talk to a camera and how to talk to people, how to interview people, what questions should I do, that I should be really good at researching things before asking someone anything. Really, the thing about the college for me was so important to learn theory, because the practical stuff you learn doing it. You just learn doing it. But for me, it was really about like reading all the books I had to read and understanding why we need to be journalists and why the world needs journalists. We need to understand what's going on, and we need someone that is impartial, that is gonna get what's going on, that you're gonna believe on them, and they're gonna deliver something that is real and accurate and impartial. So that was really special for me, and I had great teachers, and I'm really thankful for them. If you're curious, if you love to read, if you are delighted to write, you should do journalism. And I am so glad I did that. I am so glad because I had all this pressure to do law or finance and to make money. And I said, no, I'm gonna pursue my passion. And then not only I pursued my passion, but I end up like gaining money and making money. So I think someone that is really like interested in what's going on and is really curious and loves to read and loves to write, I think this is the perfect like career. Also, you get to travel around the world, and you get to know a lot of different people all day long, like interesting people, not any people. And you are really close to what's going on, like good stuff and bad stuff, but you're making history as it happens. So it's pretty exciting. I mean, you're not gonna be a millionaire, but you can be really happy. So when you get your degree in media, if you want to work on television or newspapers or anything like that, or internet, you have to be persistent. Like, people want someone that is really persistent and that really wants to work with them, because probably you're not gonna have weekends or like holidays, much of this. So they really want someone that is passionate about it. And I personally was really lucky. I got an internship in a broadcast and television program. And but I had my share of persistence as well, because it's not easy. You have to go there and to be there really early on in the morning and to give all your life to this career if you really like it. And I loved it. And another thing I would say is that you should talk a lot with people that are already like in their career. So if you want to be a journalist, and your father has a friend that is a journalist, or there's a journal in your school, you should go there and talk to people and ask them what, and see if that was really for you, it's really what you want. So the options are phenomenal right now because we have so many new things. When I graduated, there was no iPhone, there was no iPad. Internet was just like starting. And no one wanted to work for journalism in the internet. And now all my friends are stabbing each other to be on internet, like to work on internet, because the truth is a lot of people don't even watch television anymore. They watch television in their computers, right? So it's a pretty exciting like place to be because things are changing right now. Like a new thing is going on. I imagine it's like when there was radio and no TV, and then the TV came, and now the internet came, and everything is. So this is like our jobs. The spots are infinite. So talking about the classes I had in college, there was one that I really loved it. It was telejournalism. And they taught me how to tell a story with images. Because when you write, you don't have images, right? You're describing what you're thinking or what you're seeing. But when you're telling a story with images, I had this aha moment. And I was so happy that I could that I didn't have the need to tell exactly what the image was saying, that I could be a writer as well, that I didn't have to be so redundant. And it's such a creative process. Of course, you have constraints. You can't tell your opinion all the time, and you can't say, oh, I don't feel like talking to you today, right? But there's so much you can do. And this class specifically was really, really good for me because I started understanding the place I was going to be in the future, and the tools I had to have in order to succeed telling stories. And nowadays I would recommend you to get live experimental television, the future of the media. These are classes that they offer now in media. Because, as I said before, our world is changing. So there are classes that they're gonna offer now that I didn't have, right? And you guys that choose this career right now, you have this infinite possibilities of creating the world as it's gonna be. So classes in high school that share similar qualities with journalism. Geography is really important. You have to know where you're going, where things are happening. History is just pivotal. You have to know history because if you pay attention, things repeat themselves over the time. So if you pay attention and you can be ahead on time and you can try to understand things easier, you can interview people with more content and more tranquility as well. You're more safe, you know what you're talking about, you can relate things, you can connect things. It's such an important class. Pay attention to history if you want to be a journalist. And of course, English. You have to write well, you have to read a lot, and you have to communicate. You have to be able to talk to people. So for me, for instance, I'm not a native speaker, as you can see, but for me it was really important that I could communicate all that I wanted in English. So I applied myself a lot.